My guest today is a very talented, not just another teen singer, but she started out singing when she was 6 years old, 16 years old now. Having performed, she has the background, she has the skills, and she is Ria Eaton, Victoria Eaton. And I want to welcome her in her beautiful red shoes, as you can see here. She loves shoes. And you're going to find out a lot about Ria today. And we're going to have her singing live. We'll have some videos. And you're just going to sit back and we're going to find out what's going in the mind of this wonderful, beautiful 16-year-old that has come so far. People actually compare her to Jules and Christina Aguilera. Isn't that right?
Yep.
I mean, you write your own music that we'll get into as well, but that's a true artist. True artist. So it all began when you were 6 years old.
I was 6 years old, yep.
And by the time you were 11, we're just going to bump up a bit here, you were singing with Keith Lockhart.
Yep.
For Boston Symphony Orchestra.
Quite the experience.
Who does that?
Apparently me.
Apparently. You have done so much. You've done more in your lifetime so far than the average adult does. Tell us about that. Tell us everything we want to know.
Well, I remember when I was 6, my mom was a dancer her whole life, and so my sister, brother, and cousins were always part of my mom's dance studio that she had. And then I remember being a mini adult, I always made my own decisions, and I was like, I don't want to dance this year. I'm going to sing. I couldn't even read yet, so there was not that many vocal teachers that were willing to teach someone.
And now you're a vocal teacher yourself, which
I do
we will
teach
also,
some lessons.
Yeah, which we'll also get into.
And so we found a lady that was willing to do it, and she was completely shocked that, I remember the first song I ever sang, I believe it was Tomorrow from Annie, because I knew every word to it, so I didn't have to read anything. And my mom was like, wow, it sounds nice with a piano behind it. And she was like, wait, she's never sang with a piano or an accompanist? And she was like, no, and she goes, she just followed that by herself without any help. Yeah.
It's a natural gift that
it was no big deal to me. And she was like, that's really good. And I was like, is it really? Yay! So as a 6-year-old, I thought that was like such a great accomplishment. But then when I got my first part when I was 7 years old in Annie, I played Tessie. I auditioned for Annie, obviously, because everyone auditions for Annie, even if they don't think that they're going to get it. They just audition for it because it's always a chance. And from that, the first part I ever did was just like extras in Wizard of Oz with the same theater company. And then I did Annie. And then after that I was Oliver Twist. I played a boy. I played a boy twice, I think. But
Peter Pan?
No. I was in Sam I Am. The Green Eggs and Ham. I was Sam. And I just started doing productions, and I just kept getting, like, main roles. And my mom was like, this is really working. And, like, my family was all really supportive of it. And I was like, I love this. This is what I want. And so from then on, I remember the first time I ever went to the recording studio was with my first vocal coach. Wanted us to do this little thing, which she gathered a group of her best students, and we all went in and recorded this thing about the alphabet. And it was the first time I ever was in a legitimate recording studio. Like, I'd seen it on TV, and I'd be like, that's where I want to be. That's where I'm going to be. And I honestly thought it was the coolest thing ever. Like, I was having so much fun, and then I just kept going. Like, I just kept doing it.
Well, you're an accomplished musician, and accomplished musicians write their own music. You play an instrument, the guitar, for example,
right.
And you write your own music, but you also do other people's music as well, and you choose those songs because it's a message that you
right.
feel that you feel close to, right?
Right, yeah.
So what I'd like to do is show one of those with you singing Skyscraper,
yep.
Right? So why don't we see that right now, and we'll enjoy this.
Watching, catching teardrops in my hands. Only silence as it's ended. take everything I have. You can break everything I am, like I'm made of glass, like I'm made of paper. Go on and try to tear me down. I will be rising from the ground like a skyscraper, like a skyscraper. As the smoke clears, I awaken, and I'm saying, go you from me. Would it make you feel better to watch me while I bleed? All the windows still broken, but I'm standing on my feet. You can take everything I have. You can break everything I am, like I'm made of glass, like I'm made of paper. Go on and try to tear me down. I will be rising.
So Ria, how do you feel when you're watching yourself?
I hate watching myself sing live.
I mean, because I was watching you, and it seems like you're maybe questioning yourself a little bit.
It's not that I question myself, and I'm sure every performer thinks this. I can listen to my vocal performances from recording sessions and be like, that's awesome. Can't believe that's me. But when I listen to myself live, I'm like, I should have done this way.
So you're being critical.
Honestly, I don't even think it's that I'm being critical of myself. It's just that, like, I get, like, next time I sing that, I will do it this way. I will do it this way. So,
And
like,
do you?
I try to remember, because I never remember what I say, but then I realize at the end of the day, like, wasn't half bad.
Trust me, that was unbelievable. It really was. What I'd like to do is talk again about Keith Lockhart. I brought that up just for a second before. What was that experience like for you?
It was actually kind of insane. I remember my mom called me upstairs and was like, you have a really big performance opportunity, because my first agents that I ever got had gotten me, they were located in New York, so it was harder for them to find performances in Boston. Because
here, that's huge.
Boston's kind of like, as big as it was, the performance for like a solo performer is kind of dead unless you have like, unless you're like already like Britney Spears. So my mom called me. She's like, "You have a really big performance," and she said, "Keith Lockhart."
Momager.
My momager. Well, she's my momager. But she called me up the stairs and was like, "You have a wonderful opportunity." And I was like, "Oh yeah, what?" And she goes, "To perform at with the Symphony Hall Orchestra, and you're going to perform at the Hall with Keith Lockhart." And I was like, "Why are you saying this so casual? Like, that's a really big deal." And she was like, "Yeah, Sarah Jessica Parker sang there last week." And I was like, "Excuse me?" Like, what? And so I was like, this is awesome.
And that was age 11. You were 11
I was 11,
years
and
old.
I was like,
11
what?
years old. And this is what Keith said. Keith Lockhart said, "Ria has it all, a voice and just enough attitude to know she belongs on stage." Keith Lockhart said that.
Keith Lockhart said that. But he was very nice. He was awesome, and I got to meet his son, who was also adorable. But
Are your friends jealous? Are they envious?
I've had trouble in the past with some past friends, but like I always say, I always get made fun of for saying this, and they say, everyone says it's so bad of you to say that, but I call them the unnecessary friends. And it means if they're not supportive of what I do, then I have no reason to have them in my life.
Because a quality friend would
be supportive of everything I do. I have one friend that to this day, I don't see her as much anymore, but to this day still texts me and says, "Tell me when your next show is. Me and my mom would love to go." Like, even her mother is supportive of it. Like, you don't get that often. So
no, you don't.
You don't.
So then, do you help any of your friends that say, you know, maybe they have the bug or they're watching you and they feel talented too? Do you?
I definitely tell them, if you ever need help with your singing, if you ever want anything like it, because they always ask me, like, would you help? Definitely. Like, I'm not gonna not help out my friend, or anyone for that matter. Like, I have a friend that wants me to help her play guitar, and I honestly don't even know her that well, but she was like, I could pay you, and I was like, I don't need money. I was like, I'd just be happy to help.
And you're also doing some voice. You're a vocal teacher with some people that.
I actually am starting vocal lessons with some kids soon, and it's really exciting.
And that's just a whole career just on its own at 16.
Yeah.
I might add.
Yeah.
It's amazing. You're also known, this is a saying from your website, that your passion is through music and you touch people through song.
I was told that I was told once by a fan that they love my song, Look What You've Done. And they were like, it describes me and my boyfriend perfectly. Well, my ex-boyfriend now. And I'm like, really? Like, that's awesome. Like, I've always wanted to be the person that people, like, you know, when you listen to a song when you're in a certain mood and you're like, thank God for this song.
Exactly.
I want to be that person.
And is that why you pick some of the songs that you sing, you know?
Sometimes, yes. Like, sometimes there'll be a song that I listen to when I'm in a mood, and I'll be like, I'm going to cover this song because I appreciate what this person has done.
Like Adele, our
Right.
next song that we're going to show right now. So why don't we show that clip right now?
There's a fire starting in my heart, reaching a fever pitch, and it's bringing me out the dark. Finally, I can see you crystal clear. Go and sell me out, and I'll lay your shit bare. See how I leave with every piece of you. Don't underestimate the things that I will do. There's a fire starting in my heart, reaching a fever pitch, and it's bringing me out the dark.
Wow, that I mean, Adele is unbelievable.
Adele's
Yeah.
insanely good. She's amazing.
You did an insanely incredible job there
Thank
too.
you.
I only sing in my car, so I mean, I could never sing in front of people like you know, like
I'm
you
sure
do.
you could.
No, I'll stay in my car, according to my daughter, anyway. So, you know, I wanted to ask you also if you've ever tried out for American Idol or the X Factor or wanted to.
I did. There was a point where I wanted to audition for American Idol for quite a while. I was like, when I turn the age, I'm going to do it. It's always, I'm going to do it, and they're going to make me famous. And then I went through the phase that I was like, I can get famous on my own and be proud of my own accomplishments, or I can let Simon Cowell do it. Or I can...
And that's risky, you think, too,
right.
a little
Simon
bit.
Cowell can make or break you. I love Simon Cowell. I think he is awesome, very opinionated, but so is everyone else. I think that there is definitely the whole satisfaction of doing it yourself and being pleased with your own, like your own accomplishments. And you can, I always said I can either not become famous and be pleased with all the hard work that I put in it and call it a day. Become famous by myself, or be an overnight sensation because of American Idol.
Well, you know, you're still so young
I am.
and have accomplished so much that you're mini adult, as you've even referred to yourself as. You're